Television asked a lot of us in 2017. Keep up with nearly 500 scripted shows across multiple platforms, binge must-see series or risk spoilers, and consume enough news and late-night political satire to stay informed, but not enough to lose it entirely and seek solace in murder, she wrote. Reruns in January alone, that meant ing late night during the week, Saturday Night Live on the weekend, ing one day at a time at work, and filtering manic coverage of a new presidency. American women staged nationwide protests, and the new White House press secretary insisted that Donald Trump's inauguration, not the Women's March, drew the biggest crowd. Period. Full coverage. Year-end Entertainment 2018. The death of Mary Tyler Moore was nearly lost amid all the noise of men asserting their dominance over whomever they were trying to best, be it on Capitol Hill, Real Time with Bill Maher, or The Orly Factor. Moore's legacy being reduced to a footnote was a sad sign of the times. Her defining role as a beloved young professional who embodied the nation's growing respect for smart, independent women was eclipsed by the same old mine's bigger bluster. It was clearly going to be a long year. But something funny happened on that regressive trip back to the 1950s, or whenever it was, that America was greater than it is now. Scripted programming with strong, smart and poignant female narratives arrived like a swaggering, off Jessica Jones, obliterating notions that nasty women were gone with Hillary Clinton's candidacy. Hulu's The Handmaid's Tale and Harlots, FX's Feud and Netflix Godless all spoke to subjugated women outsmarting, if noting a hole through, the patriarchy. It's no coincidence that shows like these caused national conversations as powerful, accused UAL predators like Harvey Weinstein and Orly fell. The collective ADD we felt last year with the election coverage and onslaught of new shows that you just have to see was somewhat remedied by a renewed sense of purpose in 2017's lineup. Even if the 7th season of Game of Thrones wasn't a response to Trump's admissions of Waltz on that Access Hollywood tape, the return of its former female victims as armor-clad warriors and rulers felt like victory. Same goes for Stranger Things. Forget passively ing Christmas lights for signs of her son's whereabouts. Joyce was out for Demogorgon blood. That power dynamic extended beyond dramas. SNL became relevant again, which had as much to do with Melissa McCarthy and Kate McKinnon riffing on the entitlement of men like Sean Spicer and Jeff Sessions as it did Alec Baldwin portraying a self-aggrandizing commander-in-chief. The sheer volume of shows made by, starring or telling the stories of women was both astounding and, yes, at times overwhelming. HBO's Insecure and Big Little Lies. Showtime's SMILF. Netflix Alias Grace and The Crown. In its last season, Scandal still represents a remarkable breakthrough in a traditionally white, male medium. And in any other era, The Deuce, HBO's drama about the 1970s trade in New York, would have been presented through the male gaze. We would have never known how different the industry looks through a woman's eyes. Wonder Woman touched down on the big screen, and Supergirl, Jessica Jones returned to the small one. Their mission is still to save mankind, though in 2017, there seemed to be fewer men worth saving. At least, in the media. The year's multiple accusations against powerful men, and the accounts of their alleged UAL misconduct, were often egregious enough to make Game of Thrones brothel owner Littlefinger, who got his own comeuppance at the hands of women he once manipulated, blush. But more remarkably in 2017 was that the accusers were finally being heard. Felling personalities too big to fail: Matt Lauer, Charlie Rose, Kevin Spacey, Louis C.K. Half of Hollywood seemed swept up in the Me Too tsunami, which compelled Samantha Bee, one of the few female late-night hosts, to defend her reputation in the entertainment community. "I can tell you one thing, there is a 1,000,000% guarantee that I've never shown my to anybody in my office," Bee joked recently. It's a punchline that's now funny thanks to all the female voices that changed the course of scripted TV and American culture. In 2017, a year that ended with the astounding and televised defeat of another symbolic figure with the name Moore. Caption Lorraine.Elliott.lawtimes.com @LorraineEley